Do you have the attention span of a squirrel on crack, and people often can't keep up with your multi-passionate, multi-interested nature? You're usually juggling a million different things at once, and people are just like, what do you even do? Well, you might be a manifesting generator. And if you landed on this video, you probably are. Manifesting generators are my little special snowflake butterflies. I love you guys so much. We were literally born to be together. I don't know if it's the ADHD in us, but we vibe. This is your guide to using your multi-passionate nature and your superpower of finding shortcuts as a manifesting generator to build multiple six-figure income streams with your signature of speed and efficiency. So manifesting generators are they're a hybrid of generator and manifester, as the name suggests. So up until the 1700s, we only had two types. We had generators and manifestors. And the manifestors were the people, the kings, the pharaohs, the leaders, the people in charge. And the generators were like their enforced slave labor. They were the ones actually building the pyramids. And there was an energetic imbalance. So the manifestors were taking advantage of the generators' ability to do physical labor. And so there was an energetic imbalance, and projectors came onto the scene to correct that. And we were literally here to guide and optimize the energy that the generators and manifesting generators create. As a manifesting generator, you really have the best of both worlds. And what I need you to know is, as a Manigen, most Manigens would prefer to think of themselves as manifestors with generator energy. That's not how it works. You are heavy on the generator, light on the manifester. You have the manifestor's ability to initiate things, but only in response to what is presented to you. So a generator's strategy is to respond, because generators, what makes you a generator or a manifesting generator is you have a defined sacral center. This is the center that it governs work and sex, and it gives you consistent physical energy to get things done. As a manifesting generator, you also have a defined throat. The throat is the only manifestation center in the body graph. This allows you to initiate, to manifest, to bring things into existence through your voice. Okay? And so what I love about you guys is you can initiate these bold, new, amazing ideas, and you have the energy to carry them out. But you have to respond, then inform. As a generator, you have this beautiful, magnificent, magnetic aura that is constantly drawing people and opportunities and situations to you. The more you're following your passion and what lights you up, the bigger and more magnetic your aura becomes. So a client, an opportunity, a podcast invite, something is presented to you, and you respond to what feels right to you in the moment using your sacral gut reaction, which speaks in or It doesn't speak in words. And as you're doing so, you are able to inform your audience of where you're going. You're able to initiate in response to what is presented to you. So what works really well for you is you have this unique blend of the generator energy and the manifestor initiation. So you're designed for rapid action, multi-passionate, efficient progress, but also crucial steps. So this video is going to be a blueprint for building a dynamic, aligned, six-figure business where you can effectively juggle all of your brilliant ideas. We talked about your manifesting generator flow, which is respond, inform, initiate. You have this combination of the sacral or which tells you how to make aligned decisions that move you with the flow of life. Understand that your mind is never the authority. We have all been conditioned to make decisions based on our logical thinking mind. And how often has that worked out for you? Do you want to be buried in pros and cons lists for the rest of your life? You have this innate ability to tune in to your instant gut reaction in response to something, and your body knows things that your mind could never comprehend. So you have this sacral gut reaction to what life presents you with, and then you have this manifestor urge to initiate and inform. You can move quickly and skip steps, but the if you're not informing your audience of where you're going ahead of time, it's going to lead to resistance because they're going to have no fucking clue what's going on. People aren't going to trust you because you're going to be initiating so many new things into existence. They don't even know where they're going anymore. They don't know. You've lost all credibility and authority. They don't know if they can trust you because they feel like if they buy into your offer, you're going to leave them in the dust. And that is not the vibe. You need them to know that I'm going to be holding your hand every step of the way. Hey, I know I move fast, and that's a competitive advantage to you because I'm going to be able to get you where you want to go quicker, easier, more fun, because that's my superpower. But only when you inform them of where we're going ahead of time. So additionally, you can skip steps. And you have so much energy, you can do everything, but not all at once. It's like when we're finger painting with the kid and we pull out all the paints and we've got our canvas in front of us. And I'm like, which one do you want to use? And they're like, I want to use all of them all at once. And it's like, we can get to all of these colors, but not all at once unless you want to have we all have the same 24 hours in a day. So when I'm working with you guys, it's less about me like quelling all of your interests and passions, because I would never do that to you. Like I would never tell you to just pick one, but it is about putting a realistic strategy together and holding you accountable along the way. Otherwise you'll just have 1.5 million tabs open on your phone and never even finish the checkout on one of them. You know what I'm saying? So this is how you know whether you're on or off track. As a generator or Manny Gen, your signature theme, which this tells you when you are following your strategy and authority, is satisfaction or peace. When you feel it's freedom for manifesting generators. Generators feel satisfied. Manifestors feel peaceful when they're following their strategies and authorities. But manifesting generators experience freedom, which is what you crave more than anything. You experience freedom when you are following your strategy and authority, which is to trust your sacral gut reaction and to inform your audience of where they're going before you make decisions that are going to affect them. But for a manifesting generator, it's freedom. You know you're on track when you feel free, when you're experiencing freedom, and you are off track when you feel impatient. And I already know you're impatient. You're naturally very impatient. I love that about you. You want results quickly. You wanted them yesterday, and that's great. And that'll serve you very, very well in business as long as you are following the steps and the points that have to be hit on the way to getting you towards where you want to go. And the thing is, in business, there are certain things that have to be done in a certain order in order to be successful. Like I said, otherwise you just have 1.5 million tabs open in your brain at any given point, and you're not seeing results in any of them, which just destroys your confidence. And if anybody can be successful in online business, it's you, when you learn to like which things can be skipped and which things can't. But because what you'll tend to do is you'll start doing something, and then when you're not seeing the results that you want, you just give up and pivot to something else. And sometimes that works for you, but most of the time it doesn't, because it doesn't matter what you're doing in the online space. First of all, if you're not passionate about it, you're not going to stick with it. But second of all, there is no one right way. There's only your way and consistency. If you give up whenever things get hard, you're never going to get where you want to go, because that's what we came here to do, as a physical 3D experience, becoming the best versions of ourselves, which only happens through the struggle. Now, that doesn't mean you have to struggle all the time, or that life is always going to be hard, or business can be really hard. That's not what I mean. But what I mean is, without the struggle, without the patience, without the stick with itness, you will never see the results that you want. And that's a damn shame, because like I said, you're incredibly capable. Incredibly capable. So there are 3 income streams that every manifesting generator needs. Okay. The first one is active income. So this is your one-on-one coaching. Your strategy is you're able to respond to multiple different client needs or projects ideas quickly and inform your clients ahead of time about potential shifts. You got to let us know where we're going, because if they see you switching too much and they've already bought into your thing, they're going to feel like, oh God, I don't even know why I started with her or him. So your active income, you can have accelerated modular coaching packages that fit your rapid pace. So focusing on quick, impactful transformations. So if you're just starting out, active income is where you're still trading time for money. This is where we really nail down our process, our method, what we're good at, what people are coming to us for, what we're noticing, what are the patterns. And from there, we can start building out some of the more courses and workshops and downloads and more passive type of offers, but only once we've brought a number of clients through our active income. And so you can handle multiple clients and multiple projects and multiple things at once. I mean, you're born for it. But respond to coaching inquiries based on your sacral. Like, not everyone is going to be an aligned client. You're not here to serve everybody. You're here to serve your people. So when someone rolls into your DMs, or you're noticing them commenting on a lot of your stuff, just because they're engaging or just because they're there doesn't mean they're going to be a good client for you. And you can use your sacral or to pick the aligned clients for you, because nothing will destroy your confidence faster than giving your all to a client who was never really right to begin with. So once you commit, once your sacral says, and just know, if it's not a fuck yes, it's a no for now. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with this person. It doesn't mean they're bad. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that's probably not an aligned opportunity for you at this point in time. But once they are on the inside of your offer, just make sure that you're informing them along the way. If you're intending to pivot or start talking about something different, this just builds massive trust. And people are going to love that about you, because you can get them faster, which is beautiful. So Alex Hormozi, who made the single biggest investment of his career in Skool, and then Sam Ovens, the creator of Skool. So Alex Hormozi wrote $100 million offers, and inside the offer, he was talking about the $100 million offer equation. This is the only equation you need to know about when you're creating an offer that people really, really want to buy. So at the top, we have our dream outcome times perceived likelihood of achievement. So this is really bringing the point home of like their future self, their future state. What kind of person are they going to be? What are they going to be able to do with their time and energy and money and resources? Their dream outcome times the perceived likelihood of achievement. The best way to increase their perceived likelihood of achievement is show them that it's possible for other people, testimonials, client wins, and then divided by time and effort and sacrifice, and time delay. So the effort and sacrifice and time delay, you want to focus most of your time on decreasing the amount of time and effort and the sacrifice it's going to take to get them where they want to go. And because you're a manifesting generator, you're going to be able to do this for them. So you want to use this Manny-Gen superpower of finding shortcuts and moving fast, pivoting often to increase how much they're going to have to sacrifice in order to get where they want to go, and how long it's going to take them to get to the result. Okay, so that's your active income. The second type of income we want to create is passive income. So this is when you've brought a number of clients through your active income offers, and you're starting to notice that they're asking you the same things over and over and over again. You're getting tired of having to repeat yourself so many times to answer the same question. So you're like, you know what? I'm going to duplicate myself in the form of a video so that I never have to have this conversation again. And it's not about not working anymore. We're always going to work because you love what you do. You're passionate about it. You love helping people. You're always going to be working, but it's about making things more efficient. So you duplicate yourself in the form of a video, and you create a little mini course. And now when someone comes to ask you this question again, you're like, hey, I actually already answered this in so much detail and can give you a way better answer if you just go watch this video than I could give you right here and now. So instead of creating like one big course, which I never recommend starting with, I always recommend starting with active income, you could create like a micro offer. So this could be a one video breakdown. One of my clients, she's a Manny-Gen, she made how to collapse timelines with EFT. And this was one of her lead magnets. I think she got like over 1,000 new email signups from this. And it literally took her no time because she was following her strategy, which is to respond. And people, like, she had been doing a lot of work on collapsing timelines for herself and with her clients, with her active income. And she was like, you know what? I should create a little training on this. And so So she did. She followed that excitement, and in response to what she was noticing in the marketplace with herself, with her clients, and she created this EFT tapping session on collapsing timelines. 1,000 people signed up over fucking night because she was following that. So it can be that simple, but you create a video essentially. So this could be your courses, workshops, downloads, anything where it does not require more of your time in order to increase the result. So passive income is something that is earned, not given. It starts slowly and it compounds over time. Your passive income would be like what I just said. This could be for a little mini course or a micro course, a lead magnet. Once you have an idea of what people are interested in, you can also use your Skool community. This could be either free or paid to do beta launches. So this is where you have an idea of what people are interested in and what they're coming to you for, and you could beta test a new offer to see what the response is like. One thing I really recommend doing is having a freemium Skool community. So you have a Skool community where that's free, but then you're able to sell different offers. You can sell your high ticket, your low ticket, your courses, your one-time offers, your downloads, all inside the same community. And this would be a perfect place to test out some of your interests that you think might work or think might be cool before having to fully commit to building an entire funnel out. And using Skool's classroom feature to do, it's like one library to host all of your different passions and interests and little rabbit holes that you go down. And it's this thing that builds slowly over time. So you're not stuck talking about the same thing day in and day out. You can make something once and then sell it over and over and over again. And you're able to use the community tab or the community feature on Skool to get rapid feedback on your offerings that you're able to optimize and refine and just make better and better over time, or actually you would make them less bad and less bad over time. People are always like, I don't know what my niche is. What should I talk about? What's my community going to be about? I don't know. And you never know from the beginning. It really takes probably 5 iterations to land on a good topic for you. But the hallmarkers are, as long as you're passionate about it, it's something that you care about, and you're willing to stick with it consistently for at least 2 years without making a single dollar. I'm not saying it's going to take you 2 years to make a single dollar. I would be astounded if it took that long, but that you would be willing to spend that long without making money on it. You're going to be able to make money on it. You can make money talking about anything. Don't overthink this. We're going for done is better than good. We make it less bad over time. All right. The last income stream that you need is neutral income. So neutral income is your traffic source. So this could be YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, plus a free Skool community. This is where you build authority, showcase your expertise, and build a pool of people who are interested in you, see you as a teacher. And it's literally only a matter of time before they raise their hand to have you help them. And they're willing to exchange money to do so. It's only a matter of time. With the right leverage, i.e. the right offer, the right price, the right time, they will buy from you. You have to have neutral income. This is a form of income because this is what funds all of the other types. If you are waiting for people to come and beat down your door and hand you thousands of dollars, good luck with that. Content is a must. Now, which medium it is, whether it's written or long form or short form or a podcast, I don't care. Whatever works for you. Like I said, there's no one right way. There's only your way and consistency. And if you're trying to create content like somebody else because you look at them and you're like, they're successful, I want what they have, and you're trying to replicate their strategy without knowing what it took for them to get there, what their human design is, you're never going to stick with it if you hate it. Don't do what you think might work or what you think sounds good. For example, it would be like, well, for the longest time, I wouldn't talk about human design because I was like, man, I have a master's in psychology. My background and expertise is in marketing and sales. I don't know human design, but I've been interested in human design for years. I was always spending my free time researching it. I was passionate about it. And whenever I would meet someone, I would look up their human design and share it with them. And they were just all like, oh my God, Amanda, this is so cool. This is so cool. And I was like, but I can't talk about it. And in fact, I had worked with this coach at one point, and she's like, I wouldn't talk about human design in my content because your niche is marketing and sales, and it's just going to confuse people. And so I stopped talking about human design, and my business completely, like, it fell apart. It just suffocated because I wasn't sales, and I'm able to talk about those things. I'm able to talk about human design and then use the sales and marketing to serve the mission, which is helping people build six-figure businesses. So it's a holistic thing that works. Don't ever let someone pigeonhole you into a niche that you think sounds good. But if I had just never talked about human design again, I can't even imagine where I would be today. I mean, right now we just moved to Croatia. I'm sitting on my porch in Croatia. Literally, the Adriatic Sea is right there. I would have never been here. I would have never been here. So, active income, passive income, neutral income. I've touched on some of the common challenges. One of the things I love to do is using AI to speed up this entire process. One of the things we have in my Spiritual Business School is, like, I have this series of prompts that really helps you both narrow down your niche, pick your school topic, but also create this one-page offer that that illustrates exactly what you do, who your ideal client is, what they struggle with, how much you charge, what the deliverables are, everything. And all you have to do is change the first couple prompts in order to come up with this one-page offer that you can now share with people and use as a foundation for all of the content that you create going into the future, your courses, everything. And so you're essentially training a custom GPT on everything it needs to know about your business, who you are, what you do, who you do it for, what they're interested in, who the other people are in that space, so that you can ask it anything and it'll give you the answer. But the biggest things I would say are following your excitement, following your passion, using AI to find the connection points and your unique differentiation in what it is you're interested in, because AI is only going to speed up your energy and efficiency, because, like I said, there's no one right way, only your way and consistency. So you have to be willing to talk about the same thing for long enough in order to be successful. And if you keep pivoting and giving up when things get hard, it's never going to work. So we can use AI to supplement the work, the content, the offer creation, the launches, the marketing, the emails, all of these things, so that you're not going to get bored and quit. That's the last thing I want you to do. So yeah, the biggest challenge I see with MGs is feeling scattered when they hit resistance or when they pivot without informing first. So consciously pause before you take on any new initiative. Tune into your intuition, tune into your gut, and ask yourself, what does my heart say? What does my gut say? What does my body say? Not what does my mind say, because that'll never steer you wrong. I created an entire 100K business by design blueprint. I will link it below this video, but it's essentially where I look in your chart to help you build all three of these aligned income streams so that you can have a six-figure business that feels as good as it looks. So definitely check that out. And then let me know below, what are your questions about this? Has this information been on your radar? I just always love to know about my audience. I'm a 4/6 self-projected projector, so I'm all about the connections and the networking. I just love it. And yeah, I would love to know your questions, your reflections. Also, if you know your authority and your profile, include those in your comment below so I can make some more content to personalize to your human design. But if I could just sum this up, your magic is in your speed, your multi-passion, your ability to juggle. By honoring your response and consistently informing people about things that are going to impact them, you can have the most dynamic six-figure business that truly aligns with how powerful your energy is. So make sure you hit subscribe to see more videos coming out. I'm going to have one coming out about all the authorities, the different profiles, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Mwah.